Okay, so it's saying, it would be a mistake to say that just because someone is not inclined to do otherwise, she or he does not deserve to be praised for doing what is right. For although we do consider people especially virtuous if they successfully resist a desire to do what is wrong, they are certainly no less virtuous if they have succeeded in extinguishing all such desires. That is literally one sentence. That is insane. All right, so let's break this down a little bit. What is it saying? All right, so we're saying that it's a mistake to say that just because someone is not inclined to do otherwise, she or he does not deserve to be praised for doing what is right. Okay, so even though it would be a mistake to not do what's right, we don't deserve praise. You shouldn't get paid for good grades, right? You should just want to get good grades, I guess is what this is saying. And why is that? For is synonymous with since and because. So we're saying this because although we do consider people especially virtuous if they successfully resist a desire to, so we're like, oh wow, we praise it. Like all the Abe Lincolns or whoever of the world, or George Washington. Abe Lincoln never told a lie, right? Isn't that what they say? Like, okay, you successfully resisted the desire to do what is wrong. They are certain. Gandhi, we should use Gandhi. Gandhi is my new person, or Mother Teresa. We'll use Mother Teresa. So Mother Teresa is especially virtuous because she successfully resists to do what is wrong. But they are certainly no less virtuous if they have succeeded in extinguishing all desires. So they're no more virtuous because they have overcome their desires. So what is our conclusion here, Tori?
It's the first part of the argument. It would be a mistake to say that just because someone is not inclined to do otherwise, she or he does not deserve to be praised for doing what is right.
It would be a mistake to, you're right, I'm trying to make sure it's not the whole thing. It would be a mistake to say that just because someone is not inclined to do otherwise, she or he does not deserve to be praised for doing what is right. Yes, excellent. And then we get to our questions, and it says, the assertion that people are considered especially virtuous if they successfully resist a desire to do what is wrong plays which of the following roles? All right, so what we want to do here is go and highlight where this sentence is at in our argument. Oh, why is it not letting me? All right, well, it's not letting me highlight at the moment, but we want to go, so it says, so where this is at, and make a prediction. What role is that, what is the relationship between that sentence and our conclusion? Did anybody make any predictions?
Is it where you acknowledge the other side? I forget what it's called.
A concession!
Yeah, there we go.
Excellent. It's a concession. All right, so we are all over the board on this place. So let's start with A. It's a claim for which the argument attempts to provide justification. Do we try to justify our conclusion? Or are we trying to justify that claim? Is that our conclusion and we're offering additional support for it?
No.
Nope. All right, B. It makes an observation that, according to the argument, is insufficient to justify the claim that the argument concludes is false. This is so wordy. So it makes an observation that, according to the argument, okay, so is this observation that this claim is making insufficient or not enough to justify the claim that the argument concludes is false? It's letting me draw again, so I'm going to go up here and highlight it. So, Angelica, you told me that this was a concession. So what is the concession?
What we highlighted?
Yeah, what is the concession though?
What is it?
Yeah, what is it? What is a concession?
Oh, sorry. Concession is where you acknowledge the other side.
Yeah, so this is our argument. We're acknowledging the other side. And what is this part for then? What side is this concession, this claim on?
So we're trying to acknowledge it, but we're still using it for us.
It's on the conclusions side.
Well, it's on that, like, maybe whoever like thinks that you should be praised for things, right? We're saying, like, although we do consider people virtuous when this happens, there are no less virtuous. All right, so let's skip over B for a second. Let's look at C. It is a claim, acceptance of which the argument contends is a primary obstacle to some people having an adequate conception of virtue. Is it a primary obstacle?
No.
No, so that makes it wrong.
Yeah,
What?
sorry, I have background noise going on right now.
No worries. You're totally fine. Okay, maybe she'll ask her question when she comes back. Okay, D, it is, according to the argument, a commonly held opinion that is nevertheless false. Is it false? So can it be D? And then E, it reports an observation that, according to the argument, serves as evidence for the truth of the conclusion. Is this offered as evidence for the truth of the conclusion? It's the concession. A concession isn't truth evidence for us. We're just acknowledging, we're just like sharing all sides, and we're saying, like, hey, we understand this we understand like the downside of this, or we understand that everyone thinks this. However, this. I don't think anybody got this question right.
Okay, I have something to say about C, if that's okay. So personally, I thought that it is a primary obstacle because the reason why people think that, people don't deserve to be praised if they're not inclined to do otherwise is because they think that those who, successfully resisted desire to do what is wrong are especially virtuous. So the ones that don't have any, anything to resist are not virtuous. So I felt like they were showing that, okay, this is the obstacle.
Okay, so that's a great thought. Literally, the word primary alone makes it wrong. Because primary means number one, and this happens on reading comp all the time. Primary means the number one reason, and this is a concession, but we don't know that it's the number one obstacle for people not understanding virtue. It's just the only one offered in this argument. So it's too strong. So remember when we said that on top-down questions, we tend to want more mild answer choices? This is way too strong. Which that makes it hard.
Okay, got it.
All right, let's move on to number 22.
Sorry,
read it for us, Ashley.
Can you break down what the wording of answer choice B, because I didn't pick it, and I think it's because I didn't understand it.
Oh yes, thank you for breaking it back. Yes.
To just can you break what it's saying?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yes, because it's hard at first. Because whenever I thought I did it wrong, because when everyone was submitting a different answer choice, I had to go check it to make sure I was right. Because literally everyone, I got nervous. I was like, wait, maybe I did it wrong. Okay, so it makes an observation that. So is this sentence an observation that is not enough? So insufficient means not enough to guarantee the claim that the argument concludes is false. So what are we saying is false? That that someone is not inclined to do otherwise, he or she would it would be a mistake to say that just because someone is not inclined to do otherwise, she or he does not deserve to be praised for doing what is right. So this is what we're saying is false, right?
But I guess I'm confused because then the essence is, sorry I'm spending so much time, it would be a mistake. So
to say that just because someone is not inclined to do otherwise, she or he does not deserve to be praised for doing what is right. So just because someone is not inclined to do otherwise.
Can I think a better way, or not a better way, but
No, you can say better. I'm not.
No, I didn't mean it to say that way. It's just like with words like with stimulus like this, it like the way it's worded, it makes my brain rattle. So I try to translate it.
Okay, do you want to translate it for us?
Okay, sure. I mean, I didn't translate it, but I'm like I'm trying to, like, after doing it. Okay, so it's saying that it would be a mistake. So you shouldn't say that just because someone is not inclined to do otherwise. So just because it would be wrong to say that just because someone would not do different, she or he does not deserve to be praised for doing what is right. So just because that it would be wrong to say that just because that person wouldn't do different, it's wrong to say that they don't deserve to be praised for what.
Right, is not inclined. So like just because I don't struggle with something, that doesn't mean that I don't deserve to be praised for not doing it. So if you have like one kid that doesn't struggle with hitting other kids, that doesn't mean that they don't deserve to be praised for not hitting the other kids.
Okay, I'm gonna jump off of Kamani a little bit, where she says that, it says that it's a mistake. I also thought that they're not saying that they're not concluding that the argument is false. They're just saying it's a mistake. They're not saying that it's false, which is why I didn't pick B, is because false is too, strong of a word to use for the conclusion. That's just saying it would be a mistake, not that it is a mistake.
So it says it makes an observation that blank is not enough to justify that it is false. So we're saying that this isn't enough to say that it's false. So we're on the same page, Amara. Like we're saying that it makes an observation that is insufficient to guarantee that the argument concludes as false. So we're saying that it's not enough to say that it's false.
To say that what's false? That it's false to say that someone is not inclined to do otherwise?
It makes an observation that, according to the argument, is insufficient to justify the claim. The argument so what is the argument saying is false?
The argument is saying that it would be a mistake to say that just because, for example, just because, one kid, like you said, doesn't hits people and doesn't hit people one day, they're better than the kids that just don't hit kids at all because, they're not supposed to. And it's a mistake to say that they're better than the other ones. But I'm saying that they're not saying that it would be false to say that. They're saying it would be a mistake to say that.
Okay. So when it says to justify the claim, what claim are they referring to?
The conclusion claim in the first sentence.
Yeah, so it's referring to this part right here. Just because someone is not inclined to do otherwise, she or he does not deserve to be praised for what is right. So if we take out the not there, we're saying, hey, like it would be a mistake to say that even though they're not inclined to do it, they don't deserve to be praised. We're saying that is false. We're saying to say that they don't deserve to be praised would be false. And so that's what the claim is. So we're saying that this here is not enough to guarantee this part here that what we're saying is a mistake. Is that helping at all? Or not at all? Is everyone completely lost?
I get it now, but I'm probably gonna like rewatch this video of you like explaining.
I want to remake a video after this because I feel like when you ask such specific questions, I'm like, wait.
Like I feel like I just have to keep reading it, but like the explanation did help. But I probably just have to like sit on it.
This is one, I love they said sit on it. This is one that I would get you on the test by crossing off all the wrong answer choices. 100%. I wouldn't sit there and try to make this, but I could see the other ones were pretty easy for me to cross out. And I like how Kamani said, I don't think I picked it because I didn't understand it. That's sometimes where we have to get comfortable picking the one we don't understand because they're really hard to grasp. Was the second one just as hard? Okay, good. All right, do you want to go ahead and read it for us, Ashley? Or you read the last one. Kamani, will you read it for us?
Yeah, philosopher